Yeah. Sir, today, first I want to explain. I told right yesterday hacker rank links. Okay. Just I want to review for a few minutes how to execute that hacker rank programs, all these things. So, okay, how I am going to share share to you hacker rank links, and after completion of the topic, how you can practice. Okay, all these things I will explain now, just for a matter of a few minutes, and then we will continue. Okay. Yeah. So hope my screen is visible, right? Can you please confirm? Is my screen is visible? Yes. So here, this is nothing but our hacker rank link. From this only you have to practice. Okay. So here, this is nothing but our id. Okay. So just you need to click on this enter contest. Just you need to click on this enter contest. Before entering this, just it will ask for sign up. Okay, if you are having any account in this hacker rank, directly you can sign up. If you are not having any account in this hacker rank, just you can use a Google account to log in also. Okay, there is no issues in that. Okay, next, sir, once if you press enter contest, it is going to redirect you to the challenges pages. Okay, so this is nothing but our challenge id. Anyway, I will share all these things later. Then you are going to get challenges here. You are going to get all your challenges here, list of challenges. Okay, then, so this challenge already it has been solved. That's why the button is not in enable. If you want, you can click on try again and you can solve. And you can see here this challenge is not yet solved. Okay, if you want, you can solve this challenge just by clicking on this button, solve challenge button. Okay, how it will be I will explain. Then, sir, you can see your current leaderboard position and your current rank. For this, because this is the administrator login, that's why rank is not applicable. Okay, if you are opening this in the other users, then you can able to see your rank here. Okay, yeah. Now I'm going to click on this solve challenge. I want to solve this fourth challenge, so click on this. Now it is telling okay, what is a program here, you can able to see. So this is nothing but our id kpb python 004. Like this, sir, we have ids from 00012. Okay, so 00, sorry, not 00, yeah, 00250. Almost 250 programs I am going to share in this hacker rank link. Okay, so see here, they are asking one problem statement. What is that problem statement? You have to write a python program to read two numbers. We have to read two numbers, and we have to calculate the sum value. Oh, addition of two numbers program they are expecting from our side. So input is nothing but two integer values. There is no constraint in the program. Output is nothing but addition of those values. So sample test case also they provided. They have given 10 and then 11 as an input. They are expecting the answer as a 21. You have to write a program in such a way that it has to give this result for this input. Okay, now the program is empty. You have to prepare the program here. Assume first we need to accept two numbers. I will explain later about these things. Just concentrate. So I accepted two inputs, integer values from the user, and they are expecting what? Addition of these two values, right? Simply, we have a formula called a plus b, using which you can able to add two values. Now, just I am going to run the code. What is the difference between submit code and run code? First, you have to run the code to verify is there any mistakes in your program or not. If your program is a error free, then only you have to submit the code to validate remaining test cases. This program is not only associated with the first test case, it is internally having n number of test cases. Your program has to accept all those test cases. Let me see how it will be. Just I am clicking run code. Yes, test case 0 is passed successfully. Congratulations, you passed the sample test case. And you need to submit, you need to click on submit code button to run your code against all the test cases. Boss, if you want to check all the test cases, then can you please submit the code? Okay, sir, here this was the input which they have expected, and this is nothing but the output of our program, and this is the expected output. Yes, expected output and our output both got matched. Now submit the code. Yes, submit my code. Have you observed? Submitted a few seconds ago. Score is nothing but 1. For every program I assigned 1 point. Okay, status is accepted. Total how many test cases are there? 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5. All the 5 test cases are passed out of 5. Okay, in some programs there are some tricky test cases will be there. Definitely minimum for 1 to 2 programs you can't pass test cases. In such cases the answer will be, sir, around some 3 by 5, like that. So in such cases, it won't give 1 point. It will give maybe how many test cases are passed. Some 2 test cases, right? I mean, 2 test cases are failed, right? Some 85, like that. We are going to get the percentage, or 80 something like that. Okay, like this, they are going to evaluate the marks. If you want, you can see leaderboard positions from here. Leaderboard positions. Okay, so you can see here. So rank number 1. These many students completed 20 programs are there. So all these 20 programs are submitted by these students. Almost how many members submitted? Sir, 15 members submitted. They got 20 out of 20. For remaining members, 19.67. That means they are failing in 1 or 2 test cases. Okay. Yeah, so many people got that. 16, 32, 31 members have solved. Then remaining people, some people 16, 15, okay, 14, 13, 11, 9, 8, 7 points also some people got. So you can see like this. Total how many members solved the code? 60 members are solving these programs daily. Okay. Sir, total how many programs are there? In this, actually, I have assigned as per the topic, sir. We have assigned almost 20 programs. 20 programs. Okay. Like this, I am going to assign you hacker rank links using which you can solve the programs. Okay. It will be depends on the topic. Based on topic, we will. Yes, please. Up to this, do you have any doubts? Please confirm. Yes, up to this, do you have any doubts? Please confirm. Yes, friends. Very good. Yeah. Next, sir, in the last session, we discussed some things. Let me review for a few minutes and then we will continue. Okay, sir, this is nothing but uh, last 2 sessions we conducted demo. This is nothing but the information regarding that. So here my name is Prakash and our course is core and advanced Python. Duration of the course is 45 days. 45 days. Okay, the timings are from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. The syllabus which is already there in the website, even the previous 2 sessions are there in the YouTube channel. I will share that link. Even you will get mail from you are going to get mail from our admin people with this link. Okay, this is nothing but the contact number. If you want to register for this code, please pay the fee and then you can register. And sir, syllabus, these are the 10 parts. These are the 10 parts in detail. About all these parts I explained in the previous videos. If you want, you can refer. Those things are already there in the YouTube. Okay, those things are already there in the YouTube. So next, Yeah, you can see almost every topic is there here. Okay, you can see almost every topic is there here. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, so this is nothing but a playlist. Okay, this is nothing but a playlist from which you can able to view my last two videos. Okay, last two videos are uploaded: demo 1, demo 2 by Prakash at 7 a.m. Last two videos got updated. Okay, if you want, if you have time, then you can able to see this. Okay, those who are new for the time telling. Okay, a playlist, a complete playlist I have shared with you in the chat window. So next, this is nothing but the syllabus which we are going to discuss. Okay, so in this regular syllabus I added a few extra points for you people. One is nothing but MySQL. As a separate part I want to discuss about this MySQL and testing in Python. There is no testing in Python in our curriculum. Just for this batch I added. Okay, so you can expect testing. Okay, then even introduction to the data science. In the data science we are going to use so many libraries. Just I will explain three libraries with a small introduction. You can't expect a complete tutorial. Just a few minutes we are going to spend about the basic modules like NumPy, Pandas, okay, Matplotlib. Okay, then next, benefits what you are going to get from my sessions. You can expect the topics with clear explanation and real-time examples will be there for each and every topic. Okay, so multiple choice questions will be covered. So based on interviews and certification, I collected so many huge number of multiple choice questions are there. Once if the topic is completed, we are going to look into it. Okay, and then interview questions will be covered almost 200 at the end of our course. You can expect that. And the coding challenges link, that is nothing but HackerRank. Just now I displayed, right? So that link you can able to expect with lifetime validity. You can practice the programs. Okay, then recorded videos will be provided for you with 7 months access. All these sessions recording will be shared for you people. Then running notes will be shared with you on daily basis. Okay, maybe from today or tomorrow you can expect running notes. Whatever I'm typing, as it is going to be updated in the Google Drive, and that link will be shared with you. Okay, then sir, even I explained some basic programs in the first session: how to generate OTPs, how to find factorial of the given number, Python program to find a reverse of the given number, Python program to find biggest of two numbers. Okay, sir. Anyway, these things we will discuss. Okay, these things we will discuss in detail in our curriculum. Then yesterday we started the first class. Sir, there I explained. Okay, introduction to the programming. Just we started in the last session, it seems. So in these, the subtopics are nothing but language, programming language, types of programming languages, translators, compilers. Okay, compiler versus interpreter, example program for compiler versus interpreter. That is, Java is going to use compilation technique. Okay, Python is going to use interpretation technique. By taking these two examples, I am going to explain the program. Okay, then sir, I started language. What is the purpose of language? It is used for communication medium, or we can use it as a channel. Okay, so examples: person to person communication is possible by using some main normal languages like English, Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, etc. And mission to mission communication is also possible by using binary language or mission language, which is in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, then so what is meant by programming language? It is nothing but person to person communication. There is no issue in this case. Happily two persons can communicate with each other with normal languages. If you take mission to mission communication, here there is no problem in this. So here also a mission can communicate with another mission by using normal their language like zeros and ones. But if we want to interact with the mission, there is a bigger problem is there. Even, sir, I explained by using some small diagram also. Just have a look once. And once if I am trying to explain any concept here, sir, I will save that file, I will save that file and I will display for you. Even it will be shared with you. Have a look once. Here I created a separate folder called Python, Java. These are my batches. In the Python, sir, 1-to-1 session is going on. So regular 6 p.m, okay, regular 7 a.m, weekend batch is also there. So in that regular 7 a.m, sir, yesterday diagram I saved. So person to person communication. Here, if you observe, person to person communication, we don't have any issue. Even mission to mission communication, we don't have any issue. But when the situation comes under this person to mission communication, bigger problem will be there. So for that, we are taking the help of programming language. So who is going to help to convert our instructions into mission understandable format. So a programming language is a tool which is used to communicate with the mission, and it is a software which is used to interact with the mission. It is a translator which converts our human readable code into mission understandable format. All these things we discussed in the last session. Sir, can you please confirm up to this? Do you have any doubts? If no doubts, we will enter into this today's topic. Can you please confirm up to this? Do you have any doubts? Yes, I request everyone to respond. Right? Yeah. Sir, now I will explain one program first, uh, because these are demo sessions. If you want to get more interest, we need to practice the programs. First I will give, so today two programs I will explain. At the beginning one program, okay, after that another program we will explain. Just 1 minute, sir, please be on the line. 1 minute. Yeah, so we will see one simple example program. So what is that a program that I'm going to explain for you people is very simple. So write a Python program to check whether the given string or number is palindrome or not. Palindrome or not. I hope you know very well about palindrome. Palindrome means what? Suppose if you are taking any number, try to calculate reverse of this number. What is the reverse of this 1, 2, 3? Can you please confirm? What is the reverse of this 1, 2, 3? Yes, please. Very good. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. So is it a palindrome? No, sir. No, it is not a palindrome. The reason is, if you want to check whether the given number or string is a palindrome, if you calculate reverse, it should be same as original number. I am taking 121. What is the reverse of this 121? Sir, 121 only. Then, sir, yes, it is nothing but a palindrome. Yes, very good. Sir, now I am taking Java. I am taking Java. Okay. Sir, I want to reverse this. What answer we are going to get? AVAJ. Is it a palindrome? No, it is not a palindrome. Sir, can you please confirm any one word, any string which is a palindrome? Yes, I want to listen from your side. Yes, please. A string which is a palindrome. For that, I need example. It should contain same characters even if you reverse. No idea? Very good, very good. Harita is telling, madam, excellent, madam. Sir, even if you reverse this string, what answer you are going to get? Madam only. That means what? Yes, it is a palindrome. Sir, for this I want to write a Python program. Yes, for this, yeah, non. Very good, very good. Okay, non, Kishore, correct. So I want to write a program for this. No problem, sir. We will prepare a Python program. Okay, so now observe very clearly. First step, I am reading an input from the user. I am reading an input from the user. Okay, user has supplied some number. Now, sir, do you know what I am going to check is, sir, print yes. They need yes when, if yes is double equal to yes of colon colon minus 1. Okay, so s of colon colon minus 1 means very simple. It is going to calculate reverse of the given number or reverse of the given string. Whatever string that you have passed, it is going to calculate reverse. Yeah, it is going to calculate reverse. So I am comparing the original number with the reversed number, I mean reversed string. If both are equal, it will print yes. Otherwise, sir, I am printing no. I am printing no. That's a very simple code. Very simple code. Let me run this code. So how you can run the program? Actually, all our programs will be saved in regular 7 a.m. But unfortunately, it is not saved. Let me save as in Python. Our folder got created 7 a.m. Yes, here test.py I am taking. Sir, how to run this program? Very simple. I will explain installation, all these things. So py space test.py we have to use. Py space test.py, which is used to run your Python program. Once if you press enter, it is waiting for input. Assume I am giving 1, 2, 3. So even everything in the Python, not only in Python, even in Java also, each and everything is treated as a string only. Okay, string object is the very familiar in Java and Python. Now, if you press enter, even that 123 will be accepted in the form of string and it will check. No, sir, it is not a palindrome. I am giving 121. Yes, it is a palindrome. I am giving madam. Yes, it is a palindrome. I am giving sir. No, not a palindrome. Okay, sir, I am giving non. Yes, it is a palindrome. So like this, we can check whether the given number is a palindrome or not by using like this. Let me copy paste all your outputs. It will be helpful for reference purpose. This is nothing but how you can write a small two lines of code. Okay, then. So this is about first program. Last program, I mean next program I will explain at the end. Now let me talk about types of programming languages. Okay, let me talk about types of programming languages. Sir, what is mean by types of programming languages? Sir, different types are there in the programming languages. At the top level, three categories we required. Okay, what is the first category? Is nothing but low level programming. Low level programming languages. Okay, second one is nothing but high level programming languages. High level programming languages. Third one is nothing but middle level programming languages. Sir, what is mean by high level, low level programming? Very simple. Here the instructions are in low level format. Okay, so here the instructions are in low level format in the sense everything we need to take care, okay. The programmer is responsible to do all activities in the sense, sir, memory allocation, memory deallocation. Okay, so then removing unwanted resources. Okay, removing unwanted resources. Okay, sir, file closing, db closing, that is database connection closing. Sir, all these things are in the programmer's hand. We have to take care of unnecessary things. What is your job additional to that? We need to do lot of hard work in this case. Okay, sir, the The first programming languages, almost every programming language is providing support for this low level. Example, sir, some ABC programming language is there, ADA programming language is there, okay, like Fortran formula translation programming language is there, C language is there, C++ language is there. All these are nothing but, do you know, examples for, okay, low level programming languages. Then, sir, what about high level? What about high level? Sir, high level programming. So here the instructions are given in high level format. High level format. That means present trending. Almost every programming language will comes under high level category only. Then, sir, here programmer is responsible. Programmer is responsible only to implement business logic. What is your logic? What, for what purpose you are writing program? It is only in your hand. Rest of the things is not required. Rest of the things are not required. Sir, simply here programming language will provide some assistance will be given by the programming languages. Those assistants will take care memory allocation, memory deallocation, removing unwanted errors, resources, file closing, database closing, everything they will take care. Okay, so programming language is going to provide some assistance. Sir, I want to list out some assistance like this. Sir, exception, default exception handler. Default exception handler will be there. Java virtual machine is there. Python virtual machine is there. Okay, then do you know, scheduler, thread scheduler is there. Okay, sir, like this n number of garbage collector. You mean I forgot that garbage collector is there. Like this n number of tools are there. Those are responsible to deal with this high level programming. That means you have to write only your instruction. Other than that, nothing is there. Sir, middle level programming language. Middle level programming language, very simple. If a programming, sorry, here I didn't mention examples, right? Sir, example languages for this is nothing but a C, okay, Java, okay, Python, etc. Almost current trending programming languages. Sir, if a language supports, okay, sir, features of both low level and high level. If any programming language is providing supports for both low level and high level, so such type of languages are said to be middle level. So C is the best example programming language for middle level. So because it is having both low level features are there, at the same time high level features are there. Maybe in your point of view you may have a doubt, Are sir, how C is a low level, how C is a high level? Very simple. So the people who are coming from the programming background, they can understand this word. Sir, there is one concept is there with the name pointers. So C with the pointers is called as low level programming. Okay, so C with pointers is called as low level programming language. Okay, then sir, C language without pointers is called as a high level programming. Sir, how you can decide like this? Very simple. If you are involving with the pointers, that means you are interacting with memory. Okay, if you are involving with the pointers, what is the meaning of that? You are interacting with memory. If you are interacting with memory, then it is nothing but low level activity. So this is nothing but what is mean by middle level programming language. This is nothing but what is mean by middle level programming language. So hope you understood what is mean by low level, what is mean by high level, and what is mean by middle level. Sir, any doubts up to this, please confirm. Yes, any doubts up to this, please confirm. Yes, please. Clear? Yes, very good. Sir, now let me talk about the next topic. what is our next topic is nothing but translators. Sir, very simple, the name itself is giving full-fledged information. Translator means conversion from one type into another type. Okay, sir, I have one document file is there, I want to convert this into PDF file. Yes, conversion tools will be there, compulsory you have to use those tools. Sir, I have MP3 file is there, MP4 file is there, I want to convert it into only audio I want to extract from that. Okay, yes, no problem, tools are there. Like this, translator is nothing but it is a tool which will convert one type of data into another type of data. Here also translator is going to play an important role. So translator, okay, translator is a tool which converts, okay, very important, which converts human readable code into, sir, mission understandable code. Wow, super. That means very simple, if you want I will use this word regularly. So h code into m code. H code means what? Human readable code, that means the code which we have written. M code means what? The code which can be understandable by the mission. Okay, so it is nothing but a tool, translator is nothing but a tool which is used to convert human readable code, our instructions into mission understandable format. Then, sir, the following are the different types of translators available in the market. Okay, the following are the different types of translators available in market. Okay, what translators are available? The first translator is nothing but assemblers are there. Second one is nothing but compilers are there. Third one is nothing but interpreters are there. So assemblers means what? In the olden days there is one programming language is there with the name assembly programming language. So this assembly programming language is using some kind of memory instructions like mnemonics, all these things. But nowadays we are not at all using these things. These days are gone. At the beginning of programming language, these things came into the picture. I hope if you are coming from BTech background, okay, so you may have this subject MPMC, microprocessors and microcontrollers. There in the laboratory, you are going to type the mnemonics. Okay, that instructions is nothing but you are involving with all the CPU units directly. So in such cases, you need some kind of assembly programming language. But anyway, as a programming level, we are not in detail to explain about these assemblers. It is not required. Then, sir, compilers. What these compilers are going to do? First point, it converts. Okay. So human readable code into, sir, mission understandable code, and it converts the total program into mission code at a time. And the main task is to identify errors, okay, and error free programs. So error free programs are error free instructions will be converted. That's all. Sir, same points will be there even for interpreter. Same points I am going to take. Sir, it converts human readable code to mission code. It converts, sir, not a total program. It is going to convert, okay. So line by line instructions into mission code. That's all, not at a time. Okay, and the main task is to identify the errors and error-free instructions will be converted. That's all. That's all. Sir, I want to know the example programming languages for compilers. Which programming languages are going to provide support for compilers? Example, sir, C language is using compiler, C++ is using compiler, Java is using compiler, etc. Sir, can you please talk about interpreters? Interpreters. Very simple. Sir, Java is using interpreter, Python is using interpreter, JavaScript is using interpreter, shell script is using interpreter, etc. So from this you can able to observe Java is supporting compilation technique as well as interpretation technique. That means we can use the word Java is both compiled and interpreted programming language. So Java is both compiled and interpreted programming language. So this is about the translators which we have. Okay, anyway, at the top level I explained. Sir, again we will discuss in detail about compiler versus interpreter, and I will explain a small example program for compiler and interpreters. Okay, these things we will discuss in tomorrow's session. So because these are the demo sessions, I don't want to take a long time. Okay, because so many registrations are there, still the people are joining, that's why. So first few days we will talk about very less syllabus, then we can continue. So tomorrow 21st on Monday, I mean on Wednesday. Okay, so as usual from 7 to 8, third class is going to be finished, introduction to programming part 3. So these are the two topics which we are going to discuss. Okay, these are the two topics which we are going to discuss. And before leaving the session, let me write one more program. Sir, have a look once. I want to read. Okay, so write a Python program to read content from a file using single line instruction. Ah, beautiful. I want to write only a single line code which has to read the information from file. Assume I have a file is there called abc1.txt. Text file is there which contains instructions like this. So Python is interpreted based, okay, programming language. Okay, sir, C is compiler based programming language. Okay, then sir, Java is both compiled and interpreted, okay, interpreted programming language. Like this, I have some 3 lines are there. I want to write a single line Python program which has to read this complete information. Sir, first I am trying to open a file. Open of, what is the file name? abc1.txt. Array boss, can you please open this abc.txt file? In this, there is one beautiful function is there called read, which is going to read the complete information from the file. That means all these 3 lines will be accepted. Sir, whatever data which you got, can you please print? That's all. So now have a look once how easy it is. Just it is going to display the entire information which is there in abc1.txt. So if you want to work with this program, okay, if you want to work with this program, compulsory abc1.txt should be there, right? I'm creating a text file with these 3 lines, so I'm going to save this program. So same current working directory we have to save. So Python weekend 7 a.m. sorry, regular 7 a.m. So here I'm going to give abc1.txt. Yes, my file is ready. Now, sir, I want to run this program to get output. Let me run. Sir, py space test.py. Whatever information is there in abc1.txt, have you observed the same information I got? See how beautiful it is. Suppose consider I want to read content from, okay, so some other file, maybe let it be test.py. That means this program itself, now if you run this program, information will be accepted. Okay, like this you can provide even the file name dynamically from the user also. Okay, this is nothing but how you can read information from the file. So hope you understood how this program is evaluating. Okay, sir, any doubts in this today's session? Please confirm. We discussed very clearly about two example programs, and I explained types of programming languages and then translators. Yes, now it's time for you to ask doubts. If you are having any queries, yeah, let me know, and then we will continue in the next session. So hope everything is very clear for you people. Sir, can you please confirm how many members are registered for this course till now? Yes, those who have registered, can you please? Yes, Harita, colon minus 1 is palindrome. Yes. Harita registered. Pratyusha, you have also registered, right? 1 minute, let me note down, because I need to get information and I have to share the documents, right, for that purpose. 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah, so please let me know who have registered. Harita registered, then Pratyusha, you have registered. Kishore, have you registered? Kishore, Santosh, Kishore registered. Santosh registered. Yeah. How to register? Yes, I already shared one mobile number to you people, right? So you please contact our admin team. So they are going to give help on that. Okay. Immediately you can contact admin people after completion of this session. So they are going to provide complete information how you can register all these things. Okay. Of, is there any specific link to join in the class after completion of demo? Yeah, I will inform. Suppose maybe you can expect these demo sessions up to Thursday. Okay, up to Thursday or Friday this week, complete week. So I will inform you in the regular session. I mean, in the demo session itself, I will inform you when the class is going to be closed. So from that, you can enter into GoToMeeting link. They are going to issue one GoToMeeting link for your register mail IDs. They are going to share. So okay, from that you can attend your regular classes. Okay. Yeah, first few days it will be in the demo link only. Same link you have to use until further information. Yeah, Mansa, not in the middle of September. Maybe you can expect first week of September, because we are at third week of July, right? 1, 2, 3, fourth week of July. Third week, maybe third week. Okay. Still one more week is there, right? Full-fledged week. And in the August, yeah. So September first week you can expect. Mansa, September first week. Yeah, Purnachandar. As of now, you have to view only in the YouTube. Okay. Once if you got registered, and if you cancel all these demo sessions, and if you are moving for the regular sessions, you are going to get a shared folder with starting from first demo class. Every video will be there with you. This is the third class, right? So all these three classes videos will be there with you. They are going to share all these things. Okay. Abhinash. No, from the scratch we are not going to start. This will be continued. See, whatever topics I am explaining, this will be continued. That's why I'm going a bit slow. Okay. Yeah, definitely, Hemant. We are going to see the actual way also, how you can calculate manually palindrome. Okay. See, just I'm trying to explain how simple it is. That's all. So I will go with even how it will be there in the normal coding without using some inbuilt tools. How you can do that part also I will take care, don't worry. Okay, yeah. So thank you students, please register by today itself. So I request everyone register by today. Okay, so that you can get all these materials, all these things from your Google Drive. Okay, yeah. So thank you. You can leave the session now. Thank you. Yeah, no problem, Harita. I will collect from admin people. Don't worry. Yeah. So thank you, students. Have a nice day.